This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. The Grand Bahama Shipyard is celebrating a significant milestone. The ship repair facility is observing the 10th anniversary of its apprenticeship program. It is viewed as a holistic program that provides technical training and promotes the development of skilled workers through its partnership with the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. Megan Shepard reports.
Chairman and CEO of the Grand Bahama Shipyard, Carl Rothkirch, beaming with pride as the Ship Care Facilities Apprenticeship Program celebrates its 10th anniversary. Rothkirch says the shipyard was recently touted as one of the leading ship repair facilities in the world, and this, he notes, presents several benefits for the island of Grand Bahama.
Since its inception in the year 2000, the impact of the shipyard on the community of Grand Bahama has increased steadily. It's today an employer that gives work, direct and indirect, to more than 2,600 people on the island. We intend to continue to grow, and with this growth comes an increased number of people who in one way or another will gain from our activities.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, commending the GB Shipyard and its partner BTPI for their contributions to training the young people on the island. Minister Darville says this training complements the island in many ways.
I wish to thank the Grand Bahama Shipyard for their contribution to the growth and development of Grand Bahama. I understand that at present, the Grand Bahama Shipyard employs some 300 Bahamians on a permanent basis and some 233 others on a temporary basis. We had an excellent discussion about that today, and we intend to increase our workforce at the Grand Bahama Shipyard. I'm also amazed how they remain committed to training and offering employment opportunities to the residents of Grand Bahama through their highly recognized apprenticeship program at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute.
He adds that training is a priority for the Ministry of Grand Bahama and says he believes this apprenticeship program is second to none. He commends the graduates for their commitment to excellence and challenged them to continue on this path of development.
It is my understanding that 5 graduates of this program have completed 4 years of classroom instruction in subjects such as welding, mechanical engineering, fabrication, pipe fitting, electrical engineering, mechanical machining, physics, chemistry, applied mathematics, English, and have had to maintain a grade point average above 75%, while at the same time receiving hands-on training at the various shipyard departments and have contributed a minimum of 40 hours of community service throughout Grand Bahama. Vincent, Trevon, Rashid, and Antonesia and Theo, I tip my hat off to you.
The graduates will now enter the workforce at the Grand Bahama Shipyard. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama Shipyard is considered one of the most significant ship care facilities in the world. As the nation's leader toured the facility this past Friday, he said complex industries on Grand Bahama require technical expertise at the highest level. The nation's chief said the educational system must pay attention to technical areas and encourage students to pursue careers in these lucrative sectors.
Being able to have in our school, right, people who are able to understand mathematics, English, and communication, that's fundamental and that's basic. But also to recognize that there are some people in our schools with incredible talent, incredible ability, and once they have the basic math and the basic, whatnot, their technical ability leads them into positions where they're gifted, and the company will be able to find those gifts and develop those gifts for them.
He says parents should also be informed of the opportunities available in the industrial sector on Grand Bahama.
Parents must see that this is a permanent job. They must see that this is a job that they could encourage their children in all respects to be a part of. And I think it's important for parents to recognize that sometimes it might take a seasonal job to get their child into And once they have this opportunity, because you might say, man, I'm only going to work 7 months and I'm not going to do that. But it might be an area that your child is particularly gifted to. And I'm sure if they came in here on a seasonal basis, this company is going to recognize if they're gifted.
Members of the Bahamas Public Services Union will be led by a familiar face for the next 3 years. During elections held on Friday, John Pinder was elected to serve a 5th term in office as president of the BPSU. Some 2,000 public servants reportedly went to the polls. Pinder and the We Care team secured 60% of the votes in what he calls a landslide victory over Grand Bahama's Alexander Burrows and Nassau's Kenneth Christie. Pinder says in the midst of economic challenges, his administration was able to secure a suitable industrial contract for members, including a lump sum payment during his last term. He says as his administration works to secure additional benefits for members, a housing program ranks high on the agenda. The bishop of a local church says he is sick and tired of the country's national D average, so he's doing something about it. He has brought in millions of dollars worth of school supplies. This initiative, dubbed Operation Help and Hope, is expected to touch every child in both the public and private sectors. Shashina Roll has the story.
It's an investment of over $6 million in education, and that number is increasing even as I speak. The man behind the vision, Bishop Godfrey Williams, says over 200,000 educational supplies will be delivered to every school on Grand Bahama, and many more trailers are on the way.
Hasn't the Lord been good? Well, sugar, man. I'm telling you, it has only just begun.
Those words by the charismatic and popular Bishop Godfrey Williams of Jubilee Cathedral only begins to sum up how he feels about this investment in education and the youth on this island. With the help of international partners, Williams is bringing supplies by the trailer loads. Bishop Williams says this is a serious attempt to bring about a change in the national grade average.
What I envision is to see a smart board in every classroom, from kindergarten school, to see an iPad in every child's hand. We want to see the state-of-the-art computer. We already have someone right now and identify someone who is like a Steve Jobs, who is willing to come down and actually teach computer engineering and all of that.
When he says he wants no excuses when it comes to improving the national average, he means that. Williams says for students who may have a challenge getting to school, he has a solution for that as well.
I'm arranging some for even those kids who perhaps does not have transportation. We're trying to bring in a trailer bicycles. So if they can't get to school, they ride to school. They ride their bicycle to school. We want to make sure that no child will be left behind.
He says a trailer is on the way with over 6,000 school uniforms. But Bishop Williams realizes that school supplies alone may not fix the problem. He says Grand Bahama's economy remains stagnant, and he knows that there are some parents who may be having a hard time providing meals for their children. Bishop Williams says they are also bringing in trailers of food as well.
We are bringing in trailers of groceries so that they have no excuse in terms of learning. Listen, I am so excited. All of my kids are out of school right now, but I believe that the Lord has opened my eyes and have given me this vision in terms of helping.
Now, an initiative like this one comes at a great financial cost. According to the bishop, bringing just one trailer filled with goods can amount to $5,000. Well, get this, 16 more trailers are on the way, and they're filled with bicycles, laptops, and other educational items. Shashina Roll, ZNS Network News.
This important notice from the Ministry for Grand Bahama. The ministry would like to advise the general public that the Ministry of Finance, Department of Inland Revenue, has relocated to the second floor of the Harold de Gregory building. You can reach the Inland Revenue Department by calling 352-8525-7, extension 8489 or 8485. Stay with us. There's more news after this.